Hey everyone, Adam Khan over here, ready to debunk another myth. Today's target? The idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Let's rewind the clock a bit. Think back to the Middle Ages. 2 meals a day was the norm, a midday dinner and a lighter supper. Breakfast, not so much. You see, breakfast was considered a luxury. The wealthy could afford to start their day with a leisurely meal. Laborers, on the other hand, needed a quick bite before a long day of toil. But for most folks, breakfast just wasn't a thing. It wasn't until much later that the idea of breakfast as a necessity really took hold. So how did we go from 2 squares a day to this whole breakfast is king mantra? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into a fascinating tale of marketing, manipulation, and maybe even a few bowls of cereal. Fast forward to the late 19th century, a time of rapid industrialization and significant social change. Cities were bustling with new technologies and people were beginning to think differently about health and wellness. Enter John Harvey Kellogg, a surgeon and health enthusiast with some, shall we say, unique ideas. Kellogg wasn't just any doctor, he was a man on a mission to revolutionize the way people approached their health. Kellogg ran a sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan, where he promoted a strict vegetarian diet and a healthy dose of, well, unusual medical practices. This wasn't your average health spa, it was a place where Kellogg's eccentric ideas came to life. Kellogg believed in something called biological living. This concept was rooted in the idea that the body could be purified through natural means, and he was determined to prove it. This involved a bland diet, lots of exercise, and a healthy aversion to anything remotely enjoyable. Kellogg's patients were subjected to rigorous physical routines and a diet that would make even the most disciplined eater cringe. And what better way to kick off this joyless lifestyle than with a bowl of his newly invented cornflakes? Yes, the very same cornflakes that many of us still eat today. Yep, you heard that right. The man who brought you Frosted Flakes was actually a huge proponent of bland, boring food. He believed that simplicity in diet was the key to a healthy life. Kellogg believed that cereal, specifically his version made from processed grains, was the key to a healthy gut and a pure mind. He was convinced that what you ate directly influenced your overall well-being, even claimed it could curb your carnal urges. That's right, Kellogg thought that a simple bowl of cereal could help control one's more primal instincts. Now, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a bowl of cereal isn't going to solve all your problems. While Kellogg's ideas were certainly out there, they did spark a conversation about the importance of diet and health. But hey, it's a start, right? Whether you agree with his methods or not, there's no denying that John Harvey Kellogg left a lasting impact on the world of health and nutrition. Now, John Harvey Kellogg may have invented cornflakes, but it was his brother, Will Keith Kellogg, who turned them into a breakfast empire. Will saw the potential to market these bland flakes to the masses. He added a touch of sugar, a dash of marketing magic, and boom, Kellogg's cornflakes were born. Will understood the power of advertising. He plastered Kellogg's cereal boxes on billboards and in magazines. He even offered free boxes as a prize in contests. And guess what? It worked. People couldn't get enough of this new, convenient breakfast food. But Will wasn't done yet. He knew he needed to convince people that breakfast was important in the first place. And so began the slow and steady drumbeat of marketing that would eventually turn breakfast into the most important meal of the day. Around the same time that cereal was taking off, another breakfast staple was getting a marketing makeover: bacon and eggs. Enter Edward Bernays, the nephew of Sigmund Freud and the father of public relations. Bernays was a master manipulator, and he knew how to use psychology to influence public opinion. In the 1920s, the Beechnut Packing Company, a major pork producer, approached Bernays with a problem: how to sell more bacon. Bernays' solution was ingenious. He commissioned a survey of doctors, asking them if a hearty breakfast was healthier than a light one. Unsurprisingly, most doctors agreed. Who wouldn't want a big, greasy breakfast after all? Bernays then publicized the survey results far and wide, touting bacon and eggs as the ideal hearty breakfast. He even got newspapers to publish articles about the importance of a protein-rich start to the day. And just like that, bacon and eggs became synonymous with a healthy breakfast. Section 5. The marketing blitz continues post Quaker Oats and the cereal wars. Back in the cereal aisle, the battle for breakfast dominance was heating up. Post, Quaker Oats and other companies jumped on the bandwagon, churning out sugary cereals and marketing them directly to children. They used colorful packaging, catchy jingles, and even cartoon mascots to entice kids and their parents. Remember Tony the Tiger? How about Captain Crunch? These weren't just breakfast cereals, they were marketing masterclasses disguised as food, and they worked like a charm. Kids begged their parents for these sugary treats, and parents, bombarded with messages about the importance of breakfast, happily obliged. The cereal wars continue to this day, with companies constantly innovating, or at least trying to capture the hearts and stomachs of breakfast eaters everywhere. But the message remains the same: Breakfast is essential, and our sugary cereals are the best way to get it. Section 6. Fast food joins the fray. McDonald's and the Egg McMuffin. Not to be outdone, the fast food industry saw an opportunity in this breakfast bonanza. In 1971, McDonald's introduced the Egg McMuffin, a stroke of marketing genius that turned breakfast into a portable, convenient meal. Suddenly, you could grab a breakfast sandwich on your way to work or school. Other fast food chains followed suit, offering their own versions of breakfast sandwiches, burritos, and hash browns. Breakfast had officially gone mainstream and the fast food industry was cashing in. The rise of fast food further cemented the idea that breakfast was essential, even if you didn't have time for a sit-down meal. And let's be honest, who can resist the siren song of a sausage McMuffin with egg? Section 7. Breakfast on the go. Convenience and the rise of breakfast pastries. As our lives got busier, the demand for even more convenient breakfast options grew. Enter the breakfast pastry. Pop-Tarts, breakfast bars, and muffins flooded the market, offering a quick and easy way to fuel up on the go. Of course, these processed treats were often loaded with sugar, fat, and artificial ingredients. But hey, at least you were getting breakfast, right? The marketing machine had done its job, convincing us that any breakfast was better than no breakfast. The rise of breakfast pastries highlights the triumph of marketing over nutrition. We've become so accustomed to the idea of a quick and easy breakfast that we often sacrifice quality for convenience. Section 8. The $40 billion question: is breakfast really necessary? So after all this, the question remains, is breakfast really the most important meal of the day? For decades, we've been told that starting our day with a hearty meal is crucial for our health and well-being. But is this advice based on solid evidence, or is it just a well-marketed myth? The truth is, it's complicated. The science behind breakfast is not as clear-cut as we might think. While some studies suggest benefits, others show no significant impact. While there's some evidence that eating breakfast can be beneficial for some people, especially those who engage in morning workouts or have specific dietary needs, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Different people have different nutritional requirements and lifestyle habits that influence their need for breakfast. Some studies have shown that breakfast can help with weight management, blood sugar control, and cognitive function. For instance, children who eat breakfast tend to perform better in school, and adults may find it easier to maintain a healthy weight. However, other studies have shown little to no benefit. In fact, some research suggests that skipping breakfast might not have any negative effects on metabolism or overall health. The reality is that everyone's different, and our bodies respond uniquely to food intake. Some people feel energized and focused after a morning meal, while others do just fine without it. And what works for one person may not work for another. It's essential to pay attention to your own body's signals and needs. The $40 billion breakfast industry would have you believe that skipping breakfast is a one-way ticket to a sluggish metabolism and a day of bad decisions. This narrative has been pushed by cereal companies and other food manufacturers for years, and a day of bad decisions. But the truth is, you can absolutely thrive without a morning meal. Many people who skip breakfast report feeling more alert and productive throughout the day. But the truth is, you can absolutely thrive without a morning meal. The key is to listen to your body and understand what it needs. The key is to listen to your body. If you're not hungry in the morning, it's okay to wait until you are. Eating should be a response to hunger, not a habit dictated by the clock. And eat when you're hungry, regardless of what the clock or the marketing gurus tell you. Your body knows best, and tuning into its signals is the most important thing you can do for your health, regardless of what the clock or the marketing gurus tell you. So, the next time you hear that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, remember that the most important meal is the one that works best for you. Section 9. Breaking the spell. Listen to your body, not the marketing gurus. The next time you reach for a box of sugary cereal or a breakfast sandwich, take a moment to consider the forces that shaped your breakfast habits. Have you ever wondered why you feel compelled to eat breakfast in the first place? Is it truly hunger? Or is it a habit ingrained by years of marketing and societal norms? From John Harvey Kellogg's health crusade to Edward Bernays' PR genius, the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is a carefully constructed myth, perpetuated by decades of clever marketing. These pioneers of persuasion knew how to tap into our psyche, making us believe that skipping breakfast was almost a sin against our health. But here's the good news: you have the power to break the spell. You can reclaim your mornings and make choices that truly benefit your well-being. It's about listening to your body and understanding its unique needs. You don't have to be a slave to the breakfast industrial complex. Just because a commercial tells you that you need a certain food to start your day right, doesn't mean it's true. Question those messages and trust your own instincts. Listen to your body, eat when you're hungry, and choose foods that make you feel good. This might mean opting for a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or even a hearty salad if that's what your body craves. The key is to nourish yourself in a way that feels right for you, and if that means skipping breakfast every now and then, so be it. There's no rule that says you must eat as soon as you wake up. Sometimes your body might need more time to wake up and signal hunger. Your body will thank you for it. By tuning into your natural hunger cues, you'll likely find that you have more energy and feel more satisfied throughout the day. Remember, breakfast is just a meal, not a moral imperative. It's one of many opportunities to nourish yourself, not a mandatory ritual that defines your health or worth. So, go forth and eat freely, my friends. Enjoy your meals without guilt or pressure, share them with loved ones, savor the flavors, and make choices that bring you joy and health. Just maybe skip the sugary cereal and opt for something a little less processed. Your body deserves real, nourishing food that supports your well-being. Your taste buds and your waistline will thank you. By making mindful choices, you'll not only feel better, but also set a positive example for those around you.